The holiday season is a busy one in St. Louis for Craft Alliance. We'll take a look ahead next on City Corner. I'm Steve Potter and welcome to City Corner. The Craft Alliance Center for Art and Design is gearing up for a busy holiday season. We'd like to welcome our guest today. That's Angie Villa. She's the Retail Gallery Director. And also here is Merri Ellen Taylor, who is one of the featured artists and also a teacher at Craft Alliance. Welcome to you both.
Hi.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Angie, just a brief overview, if you would, for Craft Alliance. I know it's been around a long time. You have 2 locations. You have a gallery. You do classes. Can you kind of put it all in a nutshell for me?
Sure. Craft Alliance Center of Art and Design is a nonprofit arts center. As you mentioned, we've been around for a long time, 51 years to be exact. And it's a very exciting place. So as a nonprofit arts center, we do a lot of different things. A lot of people are very familiar with our gallery shop and our exhibitions and also our children's camps. But we do a number of other things too that you might not know quite as much about. We have classes for adults as well. We have metalsmithing, which Merri Ellen is one of our metalsmithing teachers. And we also do graphics classes and fashion and things like that. The gallery shop is an amazing place where you can get all sorts of handmade pieces by artists from around the country. And the coolest thing about that is that you're celebrating the artists and the handmade, and then the proceeds from Craft Alliance as part of that goes into our different scholarship programs, our mural arts programs. We do all sorts of mentoring programs throughout the city, so we have a lot of different community programs that we run as well.
So Merri Ellen, you teach there also.
Yes, I do.
And you're a jewelry maker. What's your background?
Well, actually, I started metalsmithing many, many years ago in high school.
Is metalsmithing always jewelry making? Is that what that means?
No. Metalsmithing encompasses a lot of different things. It could be sculpture, and it could be making hollowware, such as pitchers, trays. It could be forging flatware, such as knives, forks, and spoons. In my case, and in many people's cases, it is jewelry making.
Well, you brought along some tools of the trade we're going to look at in a minute. We have a couple of pictures, though, I think, of some of your work. Why don't we take a look at that, and if you would tell us what these pieces are that we're looking at.
All right, well, that is a hinged bracelet in the making. It is constructed from some stock that I cast, stock being the sheet. It's cast from honeycomb foundation, and which was the actual beeswax. Cast in sterling. I cut it apart, made links, and joined it with hinges, and that's it in process.
Let's look at the next one.
That is the bracelet finished, and you'll see it closes with a box clasp set with a citrine. It's embellished with oxidized cells and 24 karat gold.
So Angie, Merri Ellen's work, so this would be for sale in the gift shop?
It will, yes. Merri Ellen is one of our featured artists this holiday season, so we will have her work in the gallery shop. We have an assortment. She'll be making us some earrings and necklaces and all sorts of exciting things.
Well, you're going to do a few little demonstrations for us while you're here today, Merri Ellen. Where would you like to begin? What do you want to explain here? You've got a lot on the table.
Well, actually, I can just go through very quickly and show you. We have several different kinds of hammers. We have nylon mallets, riveting hammers, ball peen hammers, brass hammers.
Okay, well, I have to stop you there. What difference does it make what kind of hammer you use?
Different hammers for different purposes. You always want to use the right tool for the right job. One would use a nylon mallet or a rawhide mallet when you don't want to make a mark on the metal. Or when you do want to make a mark on the metal, you would use a ball peen hammer, which has the ball peen and a nice pretty flat face with a shiny face. You always want to use a hammer that doesn't have any mars on it, because whatever marks are on your hammer face are going to end up on your piece.
Right.
Riveting hammers, again, another purpose. And then the brass mallet is used to hit other pieces, other tools.
I would think that metal, when you're working with metal, making jewelry, metal is sort of unforgiving, isn't it? I mean, if you make a mistake, you can't take it back, can you?
Sometimes it's permanent. If you're tricky, you can kind of hide your mistakes, but it has its forgiveness, but nothing like clay or anything like that.
Or paint, where you just paint over it.
Oh,
Right.
That's true. That's true.
So you were telling us what else you have on the table here.
So this is a dapping block. It has, as you can see, it has different kinds of, or different sizes of depressions, and this is used to make little domes. So I will just show you very quickly.
What would you do with that dome?
Oh, you could do lots of different things with it. You could make pendants, earrings, you could set it on a bracelet, you could embellish all sorts of things with it. It could be legs underneath a surface. You could do all sorts of things with this. And it's actually very simple to make. You just start with a disc and set it in the depression, use the corresponding piece, and voila.
Well, you make it look easy.
That part is pretty easy. That part just about anybody can do. And we invite people to come and try. We have lots of classes.
Who are your typical students? Are they young people?
Oh, we have all sorts of students. We have camps for kids as young as 7 or 8 in all the different media, I should say. And then we have adult classes for 17 and on up.
I mean, do you need experience? I mean, could I take a jewelry making
Oh,
class?
absolutely. We start at the beginning and go all the way through Masterworks. So you could start anytime.
All right, well, you're going to do some more demonstrations for us a little later in the program. Let's look at some more images, Angie, and I know you have, I think this is of some ceramic work, and you have a ceramic artist or a potter, if you will, that's going to be a featured artist this holiday season.
Absolutely. I think we're looking at Rebecca Grant's work, and she is an Alton artist. Again, one of our featured artists. We have not had Rebecca's work at Craft Alliance before, so we're really excited to welcome her in for this holiday season. And she's using like a sgraffito technique, so she'll actually use a little sharp tool and carve into the clay to create these different graphic patterns and things.
So are those just decorative plates, or?
They are functional. Yeah, you can eat your cereal in the morning out of those.
So I could get a set of 12 of those or something?
Yeah, of course. She'd be happy to make them. Yeah. So she'll be one of our featured artists. We'll be welcoming her work about November 1st.
You've got a lot going on the holiday season. You want to hit some of the highlights?
Sure. So one of our most popular things during the holiday season is our ornament display.
Would that be right here?
It is. Well, a very small fraction of it.
Right.
So these beautiful, beautiful glass ornaments, which are all hand-blown by artists from around the country, and we do feature a lot of ornaments from local artists as well. This is a tiny fraction of our total display. We fill up all of our windows at Craft Alliance, and it's really amazing and exciting and very colorful. So you can come and cut down your ornament for your tree and make your choice, or if you want to hang one in a window or something, they're gorgeous year-round.
Well, whether you're talking about ornaments or Merri Ellen's jewelry or whatever it might be, as far as the cost, I'm guessing there's probably a wide range.
Yes.
Probably things you can get very inexpensively, and maybe some things are high-end?
Yes, we do. We do have quite a wide range of things. The ornaments start at $20, so that's a perfect price point for your gift exchanges and things like that. And then we go up to pretty much as high as people go.
What about, in your case, as far as jewelry goes?
As far as the price is concerned, my earrings start at $60. And I believe my most expensive piece to date is $2,000.
$2,000.
That one, it's got a diamond in it.
No kidding.
It's a one of a kind, right? And most of the jewelry at Craft Alliance is one of a kind. You know, there's a lot of artists represented who have very, very, very unique pieces.
Is selling the artwork, whether it's jewelry or ornaments or whatever, how important is that to Craft Alliance to keep you going?
Oh, it's absolutely necessary. The gallery shop kind of serves two purposes. So the proceeds, as I mentioned earlier, go into our different community programs and keeping the lights on and all that good stuff. And then also, we like to think of the gallery shop as kind of the face of Craft Alliance. So many of our students and teachers use the gallery shop as an educational opportunity for their students. We're always teaching people about the work that's made there when they come in to see it. So when we have exhibits, they're always free and open to the public, so we're very welcoming. And we do have, as Mary Ellen mentioned, a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces, but most of our jewelry is very affordable.
So is this time of year, you probably sell more of anything this time of year than any other time of year, I'm just guessing.
Well, it's the holiday season,
right.
So yeah, we are very busy.
Mary Ellen, would you like to demonstrate something else?
Sure, I can show you how something's textured. So you'll see this is a bracelet blank.
So that would become a bracelet.
This would become a bracelet. So there's just a variety of different textures on here, and the way that happened in this case was just to take a hammer. You take the ball peen part of the hammer and just hit it in a daisy shape. So I'm going to go around and around, and you can see it makes little marks. Hopefully you want those little marks to overlap. And you would essentially, you want to cover the whole piece with whatever texture you choose, and then that gets formed into a cuff.
And specifically, Angie, in addition to jewelry, what are some of the other popular kind of classes that you have?
We teach a lot of clay classes as well. We also do glass working. We have some very, very wonderful fashion classes. You can come in and learn how to felt, make yourself a pair of slippers, things like that.
And you mentioned the two locations. I want to be clear on that because you're in the Del Mar Loop and you're in Grand Center, and the gift shop we're talking about is just in one of those locations.
That's right. The gallery shop is just in our Del Mar Loop location. The Grand Center location has a really wonderful education space where we do wood turning as well. And we have a very, very cool graphic studio where you can learn how to do 3D printing and Photoshop and all sorts of digital work.
And are your classes year-round? Are they on a set schedule, or can people kind of pick them up in the middle, or how does that work?
They are on a set schedule, but they run year-round. Many of the classes are one-day sort of activity-driven things where you come in and you'll make one project. And then some of the more advanced classes and the beginning classes will be a 6-week-long session. So you come in once a week for 6 weeks.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I know that Mary Ellen will share some more of her craft with us, and we have some more images to look at of things that have been produced at Craft Alliance. And it's great for the holiday season. If you're out looking for holiday gifts, tree ornaments, whatever it might be, this would be a good resource for you. We'll be back with more right after this.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
I'm Steve Potter, and welcome back to City Corner. We're talking about Craft Alliance today, and they're busy all year, of course, but particularly during the holiday seasons with their 2 locations in the Del Mar Loop and Grand Center. We're talking with Angie Villa. She's the retail shop manager, and also featured artist and teacher Merri Ellen Taylor are with us. And there's something I want to talk about, Angie, and you have this artist that you're featuring this season, this holiday season, and she's a pop-up artist of some sort?
That's right. So we're going to be featuring work on December 11th through 13th, which will be here before you know it, from Karen Woodward. And very many people in St. Louis might know of Karen. She lived here for a number of years and taught classes with us at Craft Alliance. She's an excellent, excellent flame working artist. So that
flame working?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a very loose description is that it's glass blowing on a small scale. So she works with like a small torch and little rods of glass, and she'll form these amazing sculptures.
You know, I've been to Third Degree Glass Factory, so I've seen glass blown there. Is there something similar to that? Or?
It's similar, but it's pared down. It's the version that we teach at Craft Alliance.
And this is some of her work.
It is. So the most amazing part about this piece is the tiny beads that she's got captured in the glass bubble at the top. And this is one of the pieces that she's working on for us for her pop-up show, which is called Mental States. And again, that will be at Craft Alliance in the Del Mar Loop, December 11th through 13th.
And what does she mean by mental states? I can only imagine.
So she's kind of focusing on what's going on inside these little characters' minds. So sometimes you can see the imagery inside their little heads.
I feel like that sometimes.
I'm sure Karen would understand. She always has the most interesting names for her. She calls them dudes, and they always have the most exciting names. So I would imagine that this one would reference that little chicken up there.
And how do people use these pieces?
They're sculptural pieces, so they can sit on a desk or a shelf or hang on a wall. She makes little stands for them to work either way.
They're very, very small.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I like them. They're whimsical, I think would be a good word.
They are, yeah, they're very exciting. So Karen lived here in St. Louis for many years. She recently moved to Austin to help make it a little bit more weird. So she hasn't shown with us in St. Louis for a couple of years, so we are so excited to welcome her back.
Let's go back to Merri Ellen. And Merri Ellen, you're going to show us something about what you call a cuff bracelet, and I'm not real familiar with the terms you use.
This is a cuff bracelet. This is something that you might make in a class at Craft Alliance. It's constructed of copper. The students at Craft Alliance are often supplied with copper or brass. We use this tool. It's called a Bracelet Mandrel. And just to begin the shaping of the bracelet or the cuff, you just start with your hands. And then actually this is generally in a vise. And then just use the nylon mallet to tap. Oops, switching it around so that you don't have a truncated bracelet. And it's pretty simple. That's it.
Huh. Yeah, I was wondering if you had to sort of make jewelry to fit a particular person, but maybe not?
Generally, you make it to fit yourself, you know, when you're just starting out, but it is the perfect gift to give someone and not all that time consuming. Once you get the hang of it, people really do enjoy it.
Are there any other artists that you'd like to, well, let's take a look at some pictures now. Think about it, Angie. We have some photographs, I believe it's other jewelry that people have made, and maybe you can kind of tell us who made it and what it is.
So this is Eisentraut jewelry. They will be new with us this holiday season too, and I love that little vial. It's got a beautifully cast little branch inside there, so that's a pendant piece and a couple of rings from them.
I think we have about a dozen images. Why don't we just run through all of them?
Sure. And these are all representations of different artists that we will be showing at Craft Alliance. That last piece was a husband and wife team.
What's this?
This one is a gold-filled pendant with labradorite, which is a really gorgeous semi-precious stone on the chain. And that's another piece from that same artist. She's a San Francisco artist and uses these really, really beautiful kind of satin finishes on her jewelry.
It's nice.
And this is a photograph of our ornament display in our Del Mar Gallery shop. It's amazing. I mean,
Wow,
it
look at
fills
that.
the entire window, so it's a really exciting display. And we will have that up November 1st, I'm sorry. This is a cork bag that's made by a mother and daughter team. They go by Spicer Bags. And it's made out of real cork. It's amazingly... Cork, yes. It's amazingly durable and very, very cool. It's got these great sort of textures and patterns in it. And this is a piece from Susan Frieda. So she is crocheting sterling silver wire with freshwater pearls. So that's a cuff bracelet by Susan.
What I like about all the things that you have and that we've seen and displayed is this is not stuff you'd find at the mall necessarily.
Absolutely.
Nothing against the malls, right?
No, no, of course not. Yeah, yeah. We feature a lot of special pieces, and that's kind of one of our most important tasks, is to have the unusual work.
I've never been a big jewelry wearer myself. Have you seen the market in men's jewelry expand some?
We have, yeah. We have a lot of men who are interested in getting cufflinks or cuff bracelets or all sorts of different things. And we have a number of artists that will make pieces for men or for women.
That's interesting.
I do get requests from men when I'm showing. I do get men coming by my booth at art fairs asking if I have men's jewelry.
I would think they'd be a little more, I don't know what the right word would be, not picky, but you know, men generally just don't wear as much jewelry as women, so they would be, I think it would be a bigger decision for a man to buy a piece of jewelry as opposed to a woman who might have a big collection.
Yeah, it's possible. They would definitely want a special piece, and we've got a lot of those.
Yeah, what would you make for me?
I'd make a rustic looking cuff, probably something out of a heavy wire hammer.
Because I'm so rustic.
And masculine, and that's
Okay,
generally
good.
a masculine look for a masculine wrist or necklace.
All right, great. Is there something else you could demonstrate or show us here?
Actually, I can just show you some of my pieces.
Yeah.
I have a ring here. I like to make a hexagonal shank to reflect
This looks like a little bee honeycomb, sort of.
to reflect the honeycomb. Another linked bracelet, and then again, here's the cuff.
And how long does it take you to make jewelry? Obviously, it depends on the kind of jewelry you're making, but can you give me some sort of idea how labor-intensive this is?
Well, again, it depends on the piece. I'm going to say roughly, if I were to actually go from start to finish without taking any breaks, a ring might take 4 to 5 hours, depending on how intricate the design is.
So in addition to what a piece of jewelry is made of, is the time that you put into it, does that figure it into, you know, what it might cost when it's all said and done?
Absolutely. And one of the things I think people should be aware of is that when you're buying a piece of jewelry or anything from an artist, you are also getting a part of the process that they went through, which was the creation, the design, the mistakes, and
Sometimes the
redoing.
mistakes can be beautiful, though, right?
They can, but there's a learning process, and you do that. That's everything is figured into it, and it is a very soulful connection to the art.
I bet as a teacher at Craft Alliance, you've seen some interesting students. I'm sure some people, you know, take a course and that's it. And I bet other people you see that really take to it and go far with it.
Absolutely. We have students at Craft Alliance who have been coming for more than 20 years.
Really?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some other things at Craft Alliance. Memberships. That's pretty important to keep the doors open, isn't it?
Definitely. We are a nonprofit arts center, so we rely on our members. And one of the exciting things that we'll be having coming up is November 5th through the 8th is going to be our Member Appreciation Weekend. So that means that all new and current members get 20% off in the Del Mar Gallery shop.
So is there just one level of membership, or how does that work?
We've got a lot of different levels of membership. They're all tax deductible, of course, so every time you contribute to us, you can get a little bit of savings that way. And we give a 10% discount in the gallery shop throughout the year. You also get a discount when you take classes. And then we do this annual sale, which is kind of our way of saying thank you to our members.
And Mary Ellen, as an artist, how important is an institution like Craft Alliance to to working artists and to consumers in a place like St. Louis, because maybe not every community has a Craft Alliance.
You're absolutely right. Not every community has something like Craft Alliance. It's a very, very special place. And I would have to say that it is instrumental in our arts community. It covers so many bases, and it gives us a hub for people who are in the artist community. You know.
And artists need to be nurtured and encouraged, right?
That's right, and Craft Alliance does a wonderful job of that with all of our studios and all of the different medium that you can cover there. It's been a home for me for many, many years.
What is Art Smarts?
Art Smarts is an incredible program. It's one of our community programs, which means it's a funded program. And what it includes is students from schools from all around the city are able to come to our studios at Craft Alliance. They're able to explore our exhibits and kind of learn about different things that other artists have made. And then they go into the studios and they make things, and they get to work in mediums that many schools do not have available to them, and also work with teachers like Merri and learn about her craft and things.
And do the students ever have their work displayed as well as the professional artists?
Yeah, we have a number of former students that we show in the gallery. We do a biannual, every 2 years we do a student show in our exhibition gallery. So we definitely welcome their work in the galleries.
Are there other community programs that you might want to mention?
Sure. One of our other really great community programs is called Crafting a Future, and this is a mentoring program for high school students. It's sort of an age where many students are kind of a little bit at risk, and so it's a great age group to reach out to.
And excuse me, and Mary Ellen, just in conclusion, once this holiday season is over, have you got some class openings coming up?
Oh yes, we start our next catalog, and all year long. So there will be opportunities.
So Angie, in a couple of seconds, we're going to have your contact information come up. What's the best way if somebody wants to find out more about maybe shopping in your shop or taking a class? What should they do?
They can visit our website or just give us a call or stop by. We're there every day.
Every day, both locations?
Yes.
Del Mar Loop and in Grand Center.
And it's 314-725-1177.
And there are the addresses there and the website, so check that out. We want to thank you both so much. It's a busy holiday season, and I think you guys make the holidays a little more fun.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's Craft Alliance, and that's all the time we have for this edition of City Corner. I'm Steve Potter. Thanks for watching. I hope you join us next time, and happy holidays a little in advance. We'll see you. Bye.